guys. Okay, let's look at the real realities of trading. Okay, so for the past month or so, I've been on a bit of a losing streak. Well, I say past month or so, it's really only been August, and summer trading can be a bit indifferent. There's some sort of volume of trading there, everybody's on holiday, so it can be completely different. And the trading I do is on the pound US or the euro against the US, and I'm trading the London breakout strategy. So obviously the title says you need the prices to break out, but if your particular currency is ranging, that's not so easy. So let me just show you the chart here. This is the euro against the US dollar, and this is the start of September. And as you can see, we have this initial up. If this is an hourly chart, by the way, but as you can see, it's fairly flat along here. So for the first week of August, this is August, first week of August has been fairly flat. There's been no breakout. Now, London breakout strategy primarily works on the breakout from the Asian session. So here in the UK, the Asian session runs from 12 midnight to 8 o'clock in the morning. And then you're waiting for a breakout of either the high or the low of the Asian session after 8 o'clock. And you don't always get a signal. But when you do, then what you do is, certainly in my case, I work on a 5-minute chart and I set to get 20 pips. So I open to get 20 pips, so I set a limit order of 20 pips, and I have a trading stop of 15 pips. And normally what I do is have £12 a pip, so I'm looking to get £240, risking £180, but I don't always lose £180 because I have a trading stop which will move my direction as the price moves. So I'll move from obviously 15 down to 10 down to 5 to break even. But I set these trades and I leave it. But as you can see here, look, it's been really flat. It's coming up to the middle of August, and I guess a lot of people are away on holiday because there's not the amount of trading going on. And then when there have been breakouts, they'll be coming later on in the day. What's this? This is 2 o'clock and it's coming down. The bigger candlesticks here, these are the economic news reports, even though it's some ways to get economic news reports come out, and that highly affects the currency pair. So if there's any news relating to the euro or the US dollar or the pound sterling, then you're going to get these big moves. And it's very difficult to, I mean, some traders reckon they can trade the news reports. I personally don't. If I'm in the trade, then I'll stay there, but I don't trade the news reports because even if it goes in your favour, you need a big stop to cover the movement there. And as you can see, we're getting a breakout there. It's going up now. So that's 8 o'clock, but then it does nothing. With the breakout strategy, you only give it a few hours into the London session, to just up to about 11 o'clock to see which way the price is going to go. Now that's 3 o'clock. You see in the afternoon it's been fairly flat until then, and 3 o'clock it goes up. That is obviously a news report, very big uplift, and then it just stays in that range again. And that's normally what happens, is you get this big movement after a news report, and then the price will settle down back into its rhythm again, just the initial reaction to it, and you see it's coming back down again. That's probably a news report there, the big red one, and that's it. And then we come into September. So August was really bad for me, and I say I've only been using a London breakout strategy, so not been trading every day. You might get a trade a day or you might not, and when I have traded it, I've had to break out a signal and I've set the stop, but it's just not got to that 15 or 20 pips. Before I was aiming 15 pips, and I should have stuck to that over the summer, but even then it hasn't been moving that much. If I get the breakout, it's been only moving maybe about 10 pips. So into September, I thought, everybody's back to work, business is getting back to normal, but it's still really flat during the first week of September. And then it starts to go up, and then you can see here, so the green candlestick here, hourly chart, green means the price has gone up and the red's gone down, but you can see the extent of the range here from the top of the wick to the bottom of the wick. Big movement there. And then as we come into, this is currently Saturday the 14th of September, we're currently here. So I've had 9 trades, and it was only on the 10th trade that I actually had a winner. If I show you, I mean, this is disastrous results, but I'll show you anyway. And as you can see here, only 2 out of 13 trades, 15%. That's my strike rate. It's only 15% winners, which is like really bad. I mean, you can compare that to July, when July had a 71% strike rate. I made a lot of money in July. And normally my winning strike rate is probably about 50 to 60%, but I still make money. You know, you don't need to have 70, 80% all the time, but obviously 15% is nothing. And look at the profit loss ratio, £76.10 compared to the average loss 127. That's completely the wrong way around. You know, you want your average profit to be higher. But the reason why is some trades have been cut short. But even so, as you can see here, these red candlestick bars, they're the losses. So you got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I get a winner there, and then Friday the 13th wasn't so lucky for me. So the maximum, as I say, was losing was 187. So it's £12 a pip, £240 possible, and risking 180. But that 187, that was because sometimes a broker can't close it off exactly on those 15 pips. It's very rare, but I had two of these together. Swings and roundabouts, because sometimes I've benefited before. That's 180, so they're all going to their maximum. Normally I don't be going to the maximum because the trading stock's been moving up, but there's just not been any movement. So 97.2, that's come down 120, 41. This is a really bad one because £271.80. The reason it says it's two trades on that day because one I held overnight, and it had broken out the range early on, but then it sort of did nothing. But I was confident looking at the moving averages, looking at Donchian channels, other indicators, and I was confident that my stop was wide enough to hold it overnight. But obviously it wasn't, so big losses there. 180 again, another big one. I've had it so bad, normally it hits my full stop loss. That's only 139.20. And then we got the one blue one, £151. And what I did was there, actually, I cut my pound per pip, so it's £10 per pip, and it was £151. Okay, and that was on the 9th of September. And what I did was there, I don't normally keep an eye on the trade, but I was keeping an eye on it because obviously I want to get something on the board, some winning trade. And I think it went down to about 17 pips, but I had to have confidence in my trading strategy. So what I did was I left it open, thinking it's going to get to the 20 pips, and it didn't. It bounced back up again. And I thought, well, it's better to get something on the board, because normally, it wasn't that long ago I was going for 15 pips. And that was 15 pips, £10 a pip, 150. So it's a winning trade on board. And then we get to Friday the 13th. Now, okay, I'm a little bit superstitious, but in the past I've lost on Friday the 13th. But last time I traded Friday the 13th, I was very, very lucky or skill, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it worked out for me. And in fact, I could have lost more there because it was £10 a pip. I could have lost 150. So because the trading stock moved in my favour, yet again, I was checking it. I thought, well, leave it open. And of course it didn't. But all these, a small percentage of my account. If I was trading like 10% or risking 10% of my account on all of these, then my account would be nearly blown. But I'm not. It's just a small percentage of my account. So no matter what trading strategy you use, if you trade it long enough, you're going to get a losing streak. It could come early on, or it could come later. There's no, right or wrong answer to this. I mean, London breakout strategy does work. There are many variations of it, but just because you get a losing streak, you can't say the system doesn't work anymore. And this is the trouble. A lot of traders will go from system to system, strategy to strategy. And okay, maybe I should have taken August off and not traded, or looked at a different strategy. But as I say, no matter what perfect strategy you're going to use, and there is no perfect strategy, you're going to get a losing streak. So you just have to roll with it. If you keep risk management low, I say very much up for July, and I'm very much up for the year. So, but let me show you the charts. If we go to the 5 minutes, which is what I trade, so we go down to the 5 minutes. See if I can find that 9th of September one for you, the one I was talking about. Okay, so here is the Asian session here that I've blocked out the highs and the lows, and you can see here it's 13th. I went long there because it broke out the top, but then it just didn't go anywhere. I think it went to about 10 pips. Now you might say, well, I could have taken the 10 pips, but you weren't to know that it was going to come back down again. And if we go across to, let's have a look, we go across to the 9th. See there, nothing's happened. It's broken out later on at 1 o'clock, but technically you don't see very big wide Asian session there. It's not what you want. You want a narrow Asian session so it breaks out more likely. think we're coming up to it now. Where are we? And that's the 11th. Hasn't really done much. Big wide Asian session there again. So move across. I think we're coming up to it now. So here we are. This is it here. I think this is it, and that's the 10th. See, it broke out later on, 2 o'clock again. Quite a big Asian session there. I think we're coming up to now the 9th. Okay, let's have a look at the 9th. We have a look at the 9th. Okay, so I think the 9th, I think I went in, yeah, about here, 8:05, you see. And then I think it came all the way down to here. So what are we on? We're on 55. And it came down here, 45. So yeah, I think I came out about here because I saw these wicks here. So it's met some, yeah, I think it was here I came out. So 45 to 10 pips. As you can see here, the end of the wick, it's met some support. And then it's gone back up again. And though my initial stop I think was up here when I set it, would have been up here because the trailing stop moved down, I would have been closed out anyway. And obviously it did. So 45 down to 37, you might eventually, yeah. See, I probably would have, but you know, as soon as you see that support there, and as I say, my trailing stop would have moved down. So even though my initial stop was up here, trailing stop would have moved down, so I probably would have been stopped at anyway. But it was nice to get a winner on board. But yeah, so that was the one winning trade. Very big wide Asian session there. So yeah, when I saw the wicks out, I thought, well, there's support there. It's meeting support. It's not going to go any further, and I just want to get a winner on board. It's better to take something away. And as I say, it probably would have even stopped out by the trading stop anyway. So yeah, so the last 30 days, certainly August hasn't been a brilliant month for me, but obviously I've got a winning trade back on the board now. Obviously Friday the 13th was the exception, but Saturday today, hopefully Monday. See, we have got some big news. Look at that, that's a big one there. You see where the price has gone down. The price has gone all the way down to the bottom of the wick there and gone all the way up, and now I can't even fit it on the screen. I mean, that's just crazy. So there has been some big moves, but you know, you can't, in my opinion, you can't absolutely judge the news reports, and you have to have very big stops to cover it because of volatility even in the summer months with these news reports. So yeah, so we're back into August now. So yeah, it's been a funny month. I probably should have taken it off, but one's not to know. I'll use a different strategy, but you know, you live and learn. But as I say, you know, you're always going to get losing streaks, so just that's why risk management is so important no matter what strategy you're using. So onwards and upwards. I say London breakout strategy does work, and there are many different variations of it, but if you look at my other video clips, you will see it actually working. So hop along to Running Trader, have a look at my videos, and you'll see a London breakout strategy actually working. Subscribe to my channel and you'll also see more videos, not just of losing trades but of winning trades as well. So yeah, pop along to the Running Trader and I'll see you there. Okie doke.